Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Today we are going to be working on the Mustang once again here. We're going to go ahead and try and throw the carburetor on, so hopefully that goes well. Hopefully this will probably be a fairly easy and quick one, but I say that and then it's not, so we'll see. I don't have a ton of tips. I'm really just going to put a carburetor on it. Yet again, the Mustang videos are just kind of part of the Mustang story, I guess you would say. When I'm all done with this Mustang, or at least way further down the road, I plan on doing kind of a movie, I guess you would call it, on this Mustang. It's been in my family for a long time, and unfortunately it's been sitting for a long time, so it's kind of got its own stories as well. But I do plan on doing a little bit of a thing on this, because this goes literally from when I first started driving up until now, which I'm 50 years old right now. So regardless, we're going to go ahead and get on the carburetor, and I'm going to start out and I'm going to put the studs into the intake manifold here. Now, as far as that, we got an aluminum intake here and some metal studs. That's what I call these. I don't know if there's a different name to them. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize on the bottom of these where they're going in at here, just to hopefully make it so, yet again, if one day I need to pull these out for some reason, they will hopefully come out and I won't have any problems. Now, I got these studs off Amazon. I will put links below for pretty much all this stuff, probably even the carburetor, even though I didn't buy this. I don't know if you can get Edelbrock carburetors on Amazon or not. I haven't even looked, but if I can find one, that'll be down there. I'll have links for everything I can, and I do get a little bit of money off those. I haven't seen a dime yet, and I've been doing it for a while now, so I have no idea what or if I'll ever get anything out of it, but regardless, it would help me out if I ever do. Now that right there, on the particular studs I got here, on the instructions here, they say that that's a 1/4 inch. It is not a 1/4 inch up there. There's a little spot on the top here, and it is a 7/32, and it's actually a pretty loose 7/32, so it's probably the metric version. Now, I'm not cranking down on it. It's a very tiny wrench I'm using, and I'm just going until it bottoms out and giving it a little bit of a oomph, a tiny little bit. And I am going to get a rag, and I'm just going to kind of sort of clean that up what I can of it, just so they don't have any interference with the gasket or anything like that. I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure it'll squeeze and be just fine, but just for my personal, I don't know, issues, I'm going to go ahead and lock that up. And as usual, this stuff just gets all over, and before you know it, it's everywhere. And then mine came with a spacer, so as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and put it on just because I have it. Maybe if it'll fit on here. Whoop. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Alright, so that will fit on here. It's actually got a hole back here. I don't know if that's for nitrous at some point or what, but that's the direction I'm going to put it if I ever do need to use it for some reason. And then I got these gaskets here. I'm going to go ahead, now that I know that's going to fit on there, I believe anyhow. This doesn't appear to fit great, but I think it'll be fine. I'll stick one of those on there. Stick that down. Throw another one on top of there, and then slap the carburetor on top. It's quite simple, and these studs are barely big enough to fit through all that. I was hoping I measured correctly. I think we'll be all right. And the studs actually came with a washer and a nut, which it says is a 1/2 inch, and it appears to actually be a 1/2 inch. And there should be more than enough threads there to go ahead and stick that on. So I just kind of set that on there. I got the nuts loosely on there. Some of you may know that I was having problems with this carburetor here. This piece right here was put on backwards. I was able to pull it apart and get that fixed. Unfortunately, I think I might have lost that video, or I just can't find it right now. So hopefully at some point I will have a video on that, but right now I don't. So we're just going to make sure everything just kind of functions here. I don't know if that's hitting a little early or not, but it appears to be working right now. I need to do some adjustment on it. I am going to go ahead and we're going to stick these in by hand all the way. Not reefing down on it. Just till they hit and then stop. And then there's differing ideas on this, but I'm going to bring it out. There's 1/2, 1.5 turns. So 1/2, 1.5 turns. That's where I'm going to start out with. We will see from there what ends up happening. Now with this, you could technically put a wrench on here and tighten this up, but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think it's it's tightening. If you're loosening it up and this is turning, that's more what that's for. Right now I'm just going to snug these down. I'm going to go corner to corner. Alright, I'm going to call that good for now. Yet again, you got steel going into aluminum. You reef on that too hard, those are going to pull right out of there and gall it up in here. So if I see any leaks or problems with it, I can always snug it up a little bit more. If I go too far, yet again, you're too far. You're trying to drill things out and fix things, and it's a pain in the butt. So don't do that. Just snug it down. Anyhow, that is it for putting the carburetor on for now. Like I said, I knew this wasn't going to be much of a video out there. It's pretty rudimentary, but it's part of the story. Now, I have all this stuff here that needs to be hooked up to this somehow. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm going to kind of look around, see what most people do. I'll probably end up making something just because that's kind of what I'd like to do, but I also got to get all this stuff fixed on here and put where it goes to see what needs to go where and how I want to do it. And more videos on all this stuff when I figure out what I need to do. I got a whole fuel system and lines and everything like that we're going to be redoing on this car. There's a lot of stuff I need to do just to get it to crank over and start. Before I do that, I'm going to pull off the covers here and look and make sure things are adjusted correctly. This is a 65 Mustang with a 68 302 in it, so technically there shouldn't be a lot of adjustments in here, but I'm going to make sure. Who knows if these heads could have been off of something else or what, but there's going to be a lot of videos coming out on this here, hopefully fairly soon. go check out. I put the manifold on and pulled the old one off and got to this point. If you haven't seen all that, go check that out on my Back on Track Mustang playlist. Well, quite honestly, my body is not wanting to function very well. That's why I did a fairly simple video here. Hopefully y'all got something out of it and enjoyed it. If you want to see more on this Mustang, I got a lot more coming up, as well as quite a few things now I've done to this. So go check out my playlist. I got playlists on everything I own, all the different projects I've done. Please go check them all out. This one would be my Mustang, 65 Mustang Back on Track Mustang project or something like that, I believe. I'm not sure how I titled everything. It's been a little while since I did it, so. But I do technically call this the Back on Track Mustang. There's a story about that as well in that playlist you can go check out. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all, and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.